So hi guys, in this video I will help you to solve TCS IRA Java problem as it consists of 40 marks. So as you know, right now TCS has changed its criteria that if your score is below 80, then you have to give PRA, no matter you are getting incentive or not. So if your score is above 55, then you will get 20k incentive, but you have to give PRA. That's why I am saying to all of you that please solve this problem, because it contains 40 marks and hence it will give you to a score above 80 and you are not required to give PRA. Now before starting my second point guys, please subscribe the channel so that I will keep on bringing the quality content to all of you. Now the step one is you have to create a solution class like this with main method. It is very simple. So just go by step by step. So step one is to create a solution class with main method. That's it. Okay. Now come to the step two. In this step you have to create a class. Suppose whatever class they have given in the input, like bus class or toy class, whatever, and you just go and check in the input that how many attributes they are taking. Suppose they are taking 4 attributes, so you also have to take 4 attributes like this. Okay, after this you have to create a parameterized constructor like this: public, bus, and all the attributes. Okay, and after that initialize with this variable, this keyword. Now here you are not required to create getters and setters because it will save time. Okay, so right till now we have done only two steps. Step one is creating a solution class and step two is creating a bus class with parameterized constructor. That's it. Now let's go to the third step. In this step you have to create an array of object, whatever object they have given, like bus object, toy object. So of that object you have to create an array, and the size you have to take is from input value, that you have to check input, how many input they are taking. Like they are taking here one object, two object, three object, and four object. That's why we have taken here 4 as bus array object size. Okay, now we will run the loop from 0 to 3 and we will take each object in this bus. Okay, and with the help of this parameterized constructor that we have taken in the earlier. Now we have to check in the input that other than the object how many other input values that they are taking. Like here they are taking 40 and 50, that is input 1 and input 2. So we have to take these two input values in our main method like this, input 1 and input 2. But you are not required to use sc.next line after this input 2 because we are not having any input value after this input. So the concept of using sc.next line is that suppose you are using int, double, long. Okay, then after the sc.next int or sc.next double or sc.next long, you have to use sc.next line because it will make our cursor to go to the next line, and after this line we do not have any input. That's why we are not using sc.next line here. Similarly we are using here, you can see after int a we are using sc.next line, but here in a string b we are not using sc.next line because in a string it is by default sc.next line. Now let's go to the next part. So in this part you have to create two static method. So you can write like this: public, static, and return type of that method and the input that is required to be given. Like here they are asking array of bus object and one input value, that is input 1. So we have, now a question may be coming to your mind that how we are going to write the logic. So I will tell you 4 basic steps through which you can write. Suppose they are asking you to count some value, or they are asking you to find the average of some value. So how can you do that? You just initialize a counter. Okay, after that, as we have 4 objects, so we will iterate all the 4 objects one by one, and we will check which object bus stop value is greater than the input value given in the question. And if that is the case, then we will take the passenger count of that bus object and add it to the count, and we will check if the count value is greater than 0 or not. If it is greater, then we will return count, else we will return 0. Now we will go to the next part. In this part, we will just call our static method from main method by passing the input values like this, and the input that is being returned we will store in some count variable, and we will check if that count variable value is 0 or not. If it is 0, then we will print no such bus found or whatever given in the question, else we will print the count. So this way you can write the first method. Now coming to the second method, they are generally asking you to find the second largest value based on certain conditions. So I have already given a question, solved a question in the previous video. You can just go through that 2-3 times and the same question will be repeated. Only the value of variable or method name that will be changed, nothing else will be changed. Now guys, you have to do one thing, that you have to keep this structure ready with you, and as soon as you see the question you just copy paste and change the name of variable and methods, and concept will be same. Okay, and also I will post the solutions of upcoming IRA and also previous IRA, but I do not have any question. So if you can provide me the question guys, it will be helpful for me to